Echo Base Network. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Echo Base Network. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here on our Thursday night Echo Base Network live stream show, coming to you live right here, talking about all the things that's going on this week in Star Wars and beyond. Star Wars and beyond. We are going to talk about a little bit of Star Wars. We got all kinds of people here in chat with us. We want to give them a warm welcome real quick. Everscale is joining us. What is going on, Everscale? Venger is here. Randy's Donuts. Hail, Randy. Debbie Young is here. Felix Quiros is in the house. Canadian Spider-Man, our old friend. Great to see you, brother. Great to see you. Matt Rissman is here and will be joining us in just a few minutes. Master Felix Quiros is also here with us. Legion of Maul, Jedi Master Lawrence. We also have David in the house saying that Marvel Studios has officially delayed Avengers Doomsday. I believe that it went from May to December now. Hey, I'm okay with that. As long as what you're doing is giving us a better movie, I'm okay. Push it back. Push it way back if you have to. Let's get the movie right, if you can. We have the White Snake here with us. Glad to see her as well. Our old friend Sith Assassin Trayla. Good to see you, Trayla. It's been a minute, and we are very happy to see you, ma'am. We also have with us Lombardi 1969 coming to us all the way from Wisconsin. Jedi Master Lawrence with a member chat. MMGA, make movies great again, and don't give away the answer to a question that may enlighten you. Thank you, Jedi Master Lawrence. We appreciate you. Dan Grissom is here joining us as well. Scott Westbrook, our old friend Scott, has gifted 5 Echo Base Network memberships. So thank you so much, Scott, and welcome aboard to the new members. Man, we just had a flood of members giveaways. So that is awesome. Thank you so much, Scott, for that incredible gift. And if you got one of those memberships, give Scott Westbrook a big thank you in the chat. We also have Josh Main here. They better not touch Voltron. Well, we're going to get into it. Josh Main, appreciate you, man. And I agree. I want to see Voltron done right. Emily Kruger is here with us. Nice to see you, Emily. John Riley is joining us again. Great to see our old friend John. Jedi Master Lawrence has gifted 10 Echo Base Network memberships. That is very, very nice. Along with Scott's 5, that is 15 new members. My goodness, y'all, I don't even know if we have that many people in chat right now. We actually have 74. Keep people coming in. Give the stream a like. Share it out on social media. Click it and stick it. You know who says that, right? Does anybody know who says that? Who says click it and stick it? Let's see here. Oh, man. I'm laughing at what I see in the background. To be explained in a little bit. Felix Quiros has also gifted 5 Echo Base Network memberships. That is 20 new members, everybody. 20. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Josh. Give him a big thank you as well. Hey.
Uh-oh.
It's not your time yet. Poof. Be gone. All right. Let's see here. Mattuine is here. What is going on, Mattuine? And by the way, Felix, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Master Felix. Lombardi 1969, please play the No song. Nick, if he was live on here, would say, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that crappy song. I think he might have even deleted them. Oh. N-O. That's all you get. That's all you get. We just can't do it. We just can't. I hope that was fulfilling. Vincent Breeden is here. Good to see you, Vincent Breeden. Hey, I made this shirt myself. This is a one of one exclusive, like so many other of the EB. Shut up, Risman. I see you laughing. Shrike 1988. Good to see you. I just hope Storm is a white German guy. The new deal. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're a mess, man. Inspector 17, what is going on? Good to see you. Josh Main has joined as a Jedi Master once again. Great to see Josh back in the member family. That is awesome. Speaking of member family, we will be having pop-ins next week for the people who attended Icon. So if you are a Grandmaster or Jedi Master who went to the ICC convention, pop-ins will happen next week when the majority of them will be able to be here. We would have had it tonight, but many of them are out. Rogue Sarge is out tonight. John Graber is out tonight. So probably standing on a shelf somewhere. Let's see. Jinpei. Dub-de-dub. Okay. Great to see you, Jinpei. Thank you for being here. Darcipio. Go back to Saturdays where you belong. Maybe. Well, hey, we will have some Saturday shows this summer. We will. I can guarantee you that. Not every Saturday, but yes, we will bring those back. Good to see you, Darcipio. I believe that about got that got everybody. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. We have a new co-host. First time on the show. We want to go ahead and bring him in now. Let's give him a very warm Echo Base Network welcome. Really?
What's up, guys?
You just put it into high gear just now. Are you going to be doing the walking thing?
Until I get down to ideal weight. But while I'm on stream, I cut it down to where I'm just barely walking, so I'm not really bouncing around.
Yeah. Okay. It's still funny to me. I will tell you that when I noticed you walking down there, Rispman was no longer here, so I thought he just no, I'm not watching Nick walk tonight, and he just bounced. Bounce, everybody. Yeah. All right, so how are you doing? Welcome back to your show.
Yeah, I'm back, and I'm back on camera.
Yeah, you're back, and you're back on camera. How does it feel to be home?
It sucks because my house is torn apart.
Well, I meant home is in like EBN home, but
oh yeah. No, yeah, it's good. Yep. Our Thursday night live stream tonight, EBN cast tomorrow. Already got my topic for tomorrow, which is gonna be a juicy one. I was gonna try to throw it into tonight's show, but I was like,
go ahead. Let's start with it.
I was like, I'll do because I haven't gone over all of it, so I'm not ready to hit on it yet. Anyways, I just got it right before I came on here.
Okay,
but basically, it's going to be about the Bob Iger telling the ladies of the View to basically pull back on the Trump rhetoric.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yep.
That'll be good. Juicy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in our third member here of the panel. You know him, you love him. He's got the longest intro of all time, and here he is. Risman.
Hello there.
Hello
I
there.
didn't know if you were going to make it.
I didn't know if I was going to make it either, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you do? Hook up a laptop?
It's my iPad, so we'll see how long it lasts.
Oh, okay.
Hey, so far so good.
Yeah.
Let's not jinx it.
You sound good. You look normal. Everything's good.
Okay.
I might not have even known, to be honest.
Awesome.
So, all right. Well, how are you doing?
I'm good. I saw the Final Reckoning movie earlier today, and I enjoyed it. I'm no surprise to anybody. Allegedly, I like everything, right? So, but yeah, I had a good time with it. Full theater at 3:00 on a Thursday. There was a lot of people there to see Tom Cruise doing Tom Cruise things. So if it's your thing, I kind of enjoyed it more than part one. So.
Oh, well, fantastic. I do need to go watch it. It is definitely on my list. But
I haven't seen the last 4.
Oh wow!
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm leaving town tomorrow right after work, so it's going to be next week. But hey, AMC, people may not know. That's going to be one of our topics here in just a few minutes.
I know.
So let's. Matter of fact, that's perfect. It is our first. It is our first thing to talk about tonight. So, did you know? Were you aware, ladies and gentlemen? AMC Theaters has a new initiative: 50% off Wednesdays. You could go to a AMC theater and get your movie ticket at 50% off for a Wednesday showing. This is going to make prices more like the turn of the century. So that's pretty nice. However, Wednesday, when do movies come out? Thursday.
Yeah.
So
you gotta wait.
You gotta wait. If you can see, so that's I literally can go see Tom Cruise on Wednesday at 50% off next week.
Yeah.
It starts July 9th.
Okay, well then it'll be the week after. But yeah, I mean, and who knows what type of impact this is going to have on the other chains. AMC is the largest movie chain in the industry. I mean, they're number one. So who knows what Cinemark's going to do? And,
Regal.
if they do something that's bigger than this or a better deal, who knows what kind of ripple effect this is going to have. So this is a good thing for the movie industry, is it not?
I mean,
I think so, and I believe this is on any of their formats. Am I right, Coach?
Any of their formats.
Yeah. So it's a little different than the other discount tickets we find might just be 2D. It's a Tuesday. They're going all in on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea for them to do it. I get it, especially with summer. They're doing this right in the middle of summer.
And it's the summer blockbuster. Nick, they're doing this right as they're rolling out the next Jurassic Park film. You got Superman coming. They're trying to reestablish the movie theater in popular culture because it's been going away.
Yeah, the movies just haven't been that high quality. So, if we were getting just gangbuster, films one right after another, I doubt they would probably be doing this. But maybe. But hopefully it will help draw people in. But I mean, still at a discounted price. I mean, some of these movies I wouldn't even go see for free, but you know, Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about it with that last trailer.
So, but if you could get a ticket for 50% off of regular price.
Yeah.
I mean,
For one I want to go see. Yeah. It's
a maybe.
Deal.
Hey, maybe this movie's good. I don't know. I'm going to go try it out. I'll watch it on Wednesday.
Yep.
You know? So that's a good thing. Legion of Mall is absolutely correct there. They make most of their money on concessions anyways. Holy crap.
They make a killing off of concessions.
It's just not even like you are paying $8 for a large drink.
Yeah. And it probably cost them
cents.
Yeah. 30 cents, maybe even less than that.
Maybe less than that. Probably less than that. You know.
Yeah, they're making a kill.
But the comment of the night right here. Whatever it is, 0 out of 10, no compromise.
Oh Lord.
Yep. They're slashing ticket prices 0 out of 10 for me for regular movies. For just real good movies, I give it like a 7 out of 10.
Well, while we're on the topic, let's make nostalgia part of today's live stream. I like it when we do this.
All right.
So we're talking about Wednesday night, 50% off tickets. You guys remember, because we're all roughly the same age, I remember going to a movie with a $5 bill in my pocket. That got me into the movie and got me some candy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The movie was like $3.75.
Yeah.
And am I talking about like 1989, 1990? Yeah, right in there. A movie ticket was like $4, like right in there. I remember when they rose their price up to $5. I was like, wow, a ticket is $5.
Yeah, we're like, what did we say, Coach? We'll wait till it gets to the dollar theater.
Yeah. We did, and we did that many times.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks of release, the movie headed over to the dollar theater. In our local hometown.
Yeah.
So you go watch the movie for $1,
Yeah. We went and saw Alien 3 there. We went and saw Mortal Kombat 2, Crapulation.
Do you remember when we went to the Valentine's Day dance in the 8th grade?
Mm-hmm.
And we left the dance with like 15 of our friends, and we went to the dollar theater and watched a movie. If you could remember the movie, I will be shocked.
Was it a movie with Harrison Ford?
No.
Okay, that's one I saw.
It was a movie with Mike Myers.
Oh wow.
Oh, crap. I don't remember.
So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh God, I don't even.
What an awful movie. That's awful.
Yeah, I did not remember that one.
We did. I spent the night at your house.
Yeah, I went with
Crystal Stolnacker.
Yeah,
I think.
Crystal Stolnacker. Yeah.
And I went with who'd I go with?
Emily, probably.
Of course. Of course. Yep. So look, that wasn't even the nostalgia that I think of. When you think cheap movie ticket from way back then, what movie comes to mind that you saw cheaply?
Independence Day.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yep.
I remember seeing Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and that was a good one for the money.
Yeah, I didn't see that one until it came out on VHS. I never saw that one in theater.
As many movies as you've seen, I don't even know how.
It's been so long ago for me, Coach. Who could remember?
So you got nothing? You got no memories?
Not one that sticks out.
Not really, because
you've seen so many.
Yeah, and even back then, I remember getting the newspaper and trying to figure out what's playing when, and you call the phone number and to get the new releases and all that. I mean, I definitely remember cheap ticket prices, but not one in particular comes to mind.
So here's one that I want to ask. Have you ever, I mean, I'm talking about last week or any time in your life, and chat, this is you. Have you ever been to the movies not knowing anything about the film, and you actually left and were like, wow, that movie was so good. I am like so glad I went and watched that. I had no clue.
Yep. Trying to remember the name of it.
It just happened for me when I saw Warfare. I went in thinking it was one very particular kind of movie. I was the only one in the theater. It was one of these late afternoon after it had already been out. And I said, I'm going to watch this. You know, I like a good war movie. Well, it was not at all what I expected. And I'm like, wow, at the end, I was moved by it, actually. And I was like, I'm so glad I saw this, even though it wasn't at all what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, me and Mike and this other girl, Lauren, went and saw it in Hilton Head. And I also appreciated the movie, but man, there was some editing choices they made in that. Well, I was like,
yeah,
that they should have changed that out. Like some of the slow motion stuff, some of the, like the one guy who was like just constantly screaming, like for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes straight. I was like, all right, we get it. You know, you cut back a little bit, but yeah, I enjoyed the film for sure. The one
go ahead.
The one that comes to mind for me that I went into knowing nothing about, What Lies Beneath.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer.
And you really liked that movie?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I went in knowing nothing about it. I was like,
right.
Mandy and Corey it was when I was dating Tanya. And they're like, oh, we're going to see this Harrison Ford movie. And I was like, oh, yeah, Han Solo, count me in. Knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching it. And I'm like, wait a second. Is this a horror film?
Harrison Ford's the bad guy.
Yeah. And then he turns out to be the bad guy. And I was just like, wow, I was not expecting any of that with this movie.
That was that was a rental for me, but it was shocking.
Yeah. I was like, Michelle Pfeiffer, Harrison Ford, this is going to be a chick flick thing. But
would you say that that's the era where Harrison Ford movies kind of started, they were kind of on a decline? After Air Force One and The Fugitive and Patriot Games and all of that, I mean, he was like
Clear and Present Danger.
He was killing it in the early 90s, man.
Yeah.
The early to mid 90s, he was on fire.
Yeah.
But then he had several releases in a row. It was like, it's not the same anymore.
Yeah, what was the buddy cop one he did with Jason Hartnett?
Never watched it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. What's it called? Buddy cop movie. It's gonna drive me nuts. Hollywood Homicide.
Oh,
never watched it.
Not good.
Yeah, it was not very good. Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 30%. IMDb 5.3 out of 10.
6 Days, 7 Nights, another one.
Oh God, yeah, that one with what's her lesbo girl?
Anne Heche.
Yeah.
Well, if that's how you say it, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I actually thought the movie was okay. I didn't hate it as much as a lot of other people did.
Yeah. So, it just so happens that my answer to the question would be an all-time great film, Fellowship of the Ring. That movie came out where, YouTube, was YouTube even around in 2001? If it was cat
videos.
We went to QuickTime to watch movie trailers.
Yeah. Yep.
That's where you would go to see all the trailers for the movies was QuickTime.
You had to make sure you had DivX.
You did. I had never seen the trailer for Lord of the Rings. Couldn't name a character, didn't know a thing about the story. And I left like, could you have a bigger surprise other than if you didn't know anything about Star Wars and you saw Star Wars? Like, I don't think there could be a bigger surprise as a film as that. And I spoiled it for Nick. I wish I had called Nick and just said, "Hey, you need to go watch Lord of the Rings. Just trust me, go watch it."
Yeah,
I went big on you and was like, "Dude, this might be as good as Star Wars."
Yeah, and you saw it at the end of its theatrical run.
It was kind of. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It seemed like it was around a while longer because I saw it 3 times.
Yeah, see, and I didn't see it till we got a hold of that screener copy.
Yeah,
you remember?
I do.
And that was the first time I watched it, which was on the computer screen at home. And I was like, "Wow, this is awesome!" And then, of course, the next 2, we were there opening night.
Yep, that's cool. So, chat, any movies that was a surprise for you? I can't really think of anything. I was like, man, that was such a good movie. I'm like surprised. It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Will somebody ban this moron from our chat?
That junk man.
Awful junk man. Are you serious?
Yeah, he is the master. He'll clip this. I'm sure this will be. Yeah. Hey, Twitter. Yeah. Like this will be on Twitter.
Echo Base is trying to ban me.
Yeah, Junkman is the master of hot takes.
Yeah.
Like he has so many terrible opinions. It is, it has to be on purpose. So much of it.
Yeah,
he's just trying to get people to argue. You know. Oh my goodness! And look at that picture. What are you thinking?
It's that doll thing, right? Isn't that?
Yeah. I figured he had a thing for dolls.
I thought it was Mario.
Mario,
with, like an older, grizzled Mario.
No, it looks like a mechanic.
Yeah,
I see that picture and I think car mechanic. Which Junkman definitely needs a car mechanic because he's always complaining about his son's car. So the guy that said the prequels had the best saber fights. Yeah, he thinks that's a terrible opinion.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's just my personal favorite and I hated the Phantom Menace. I still don't really like that movie to this day, but the mall fight at the end with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, chef's kiss, man. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah. Yep, I am with you. I'm with you on that. All right, well, that is going to get us past the movie theater deal. Now, we got this. You know, Nick is an expert. Nick has an expertise in so many things. So this one will not surprise Nick. Of course, we're talking about Harry Potter.
Yeah, I know everything about Harry Potter.
So
favorite franchise of all time.
They're filming the show, the series that's coming out on Max, on HBO Max, by the way.
Yeah, HBO's back. Somehow HBO returned.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be.
They should have never changed it in the first
Never.
place.
So people will eventually forget that they even did this, or they just, But anyways, they've got a set that they've developed that is it's the size of an entire town, pretty much, and it's cost them over $1 billion to build this set where they're filming this show.
And
that's before something even comes out.
And with
that's just the set.
Yeah.
Can you say they're going all in? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah. And the fan base is already not happy with the casting choices. This thing's probably going to be DOA. And they're going to end up... This is going to be Netflix's Rings of Power. In my opinion.
Ooh.
Okay. Risman, thoughts there?
I kind of agree with Nick on this one. There's been so much negative press already about the casting choices. And now, of course, they're talking about using this mini town through many of the seasons, but it's a huge investment to make in something that, what happens if it's just not successful and they're sinking all this money into it?
And this show's coming out on Max, right? On HBO Max.
Say again?
No, I thought it was Netflix. Is it HBO?
I think it's HBO Max.
I'm pretty sure it's HBO Max, isn't it?
Okay. I thought it was Netflix. So, yeah, it shows how much I know and keep up with
It's a Warner Brothers thing, so it's got to be either Paramount Plus or HBO Max.
I would think that Netflix could roll the dice on something like this a little bit easier than HBO Max.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Like this could really hurt them.
Oh, it says HBO in the very second sentence, so I think we're right.
Yeah, we're right.
Yeah.
We're right. Yep. So yeah, pretty sure it was Max. But anyways, yeah, $1 billion mini town where you could see all those poor casting decisions and everything. And Nick, will you watch this show? Will we review this show? Will this go on Patreon?
Hell no.
Why are you whispering?
No, absolutely not. I don't care anything about this show.
What if every review we did got us 20,000 views?
Well, then people would probably be agreeing with me and probably thought it was funny to the point where it's like I'm just sitting there trashing on it, going, "What is this crap?" Like,
somebody from the Harry Potter universe just cast a spell and made Rissman vanish. Like he's poof, like he's gone. Just the two of us. Hey, this is a classic EBN stream now.
Yeah.
So, all right, chat, you got to let us know a $1 billion investment. Ninja vanish. That's right, Matt Dwayne. Yep. We got our resident Harry Potter expert. She will review with me.
Yeah,
yes.
I know nothing.
Hey,
I tried watching it and I was just like, this is dumb.
Yeah, I know. The later episodes I think are outstanding.
No, my sister and my dad loved it. I mean, every time a new one would come out, they'd actually go see it together.
Yeah, I watched the last handful in the movie theater myself.
Yeah,
the last one on opening night. Have you? People were like having snakes around their necks and crap. Like it was wild, dude. It was definitely wild.
I'd rather nerd out and take a lightsaber to a Star Wars movie back in the day.
I've never seen you take a lightsaber to a Star Wars movie.
No, I wouldn't. I don't do the whole cosplay. I haven't dressed up for Halloween since 6th grade. I'm not really a costume, makeup, and
so
accessories kind of.
Speaking of that, every department at work they have a Halloween competition, and the departments pick a theme and they all dress up according to that theme. So like last year the history department did Forrest Gump. One person dressed up as a ping pong table.
What?
Like because of Forrest Gump, like playing ping pong.
Okay, yeah.
So, anyways, I need a good theme idea
for history.
For anybody, you could pick any theme.
Like you could do Star Wars,
and then the school, you could. I'm sure that's been done a few times, but you could. And I don't want to do Star Wars because I'm going to look like Barf.
Yeah. I don't know.
And even though I'm down at under 200 pounds for the first time in years, I mean, this is the best shape I've been in a long time, and I would still look like Barf.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe good theme.
Well, as you're thinking about that,
I mean, you could do something like Excalibur, a medieval type thing.
Yeah, that could work.
You could cover up your barfness with armor and a badass sword. So if anybody tries to make
shaved,
oh God, no, please no.
Yep, I like it. All right, so I can't open the next article, but it is about Darth Vader's voice. James Earl Jones and the family, the estate, basically sold the rights of his voice.
Yeah,
where they can now use his voice in AI.
Yeah.
So Fortnite comes out with their Star Wars edition. Darth Vader is in there saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And now there is a lawsuit because people lost jobs because of this.
Yeah, so they got the cuss and everything.
There's a SAG-AFTRA lawsuit against the company that does Fortnite. And what are your guys' thoughts on this? Are we glad that James Earl Jones and his estate did this with his voice, so we will always have the voice of Darth Vader? And it sounds like him. I mean, it's good.
Does. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I don't understand the SAG-AFTRA lawsuit.
They're just trying to stop the AI as much as possible.
I mean, the thing is, if the family sold the rights for people to be able to use it, or for AI to be able to use it, I don't really know if they have a leg to stand on in this. But again, I don't know all the details.
I think the point of this is not that it was illegal, but that I guess because there was an impact, there should have been pre-disclosed, there should have been some discussion, there should have been, it was almost like they're saying you kind of just snuck this in without giving anybody an opportunity to talk about it, which I think is written into the recent, remember we had all this problem with SAG-AFTRA, and so some things were written into the agreements on how they would be treated in the future. And I think they're saying that maybe this wasn't up to what they were expecting based on that agreement.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll be surprised if this actually goes anywhere, but again, I don't really know all the details of it.
So positive or negative that we could get the voice of Darth Vader in future projects?
Positive for me.
Well, I think it depends on the stewardship of what's done with it, because the family expected it to be used in good faith, and I don't think Fortnite was trying to do something shady here.
This wasn't good faith.
But they never, which is silly because it's a game. I mean, how do they think people talk in these games, right? But they didn't. Yeah. They didn't put.
They obviously haven't been in a COD chat room lobby with players.
They didn't put any guardrails around how these folks would interact with the AI, and I guess I don't know who thought what. They didn't think it through. So he ended up saying all these things that they should have originally prohibited. And so it's not for me that I think it was a bad idea for them to sell the rights necessarily because they want his voice to live on. It's that I don't trust the people who are using it, like as evidenced by what happened here, because people are dumb.
Yeah.
I'm torn on this one. I agree with you. If we got a great Star Wars movie and Darth Vader's in it, and it's the voice of James Earl Jones doing it, even though it's done through AI, that would be great. But does it cheapen it a little bit because it's AI? Would you rather have somebody that's just really, really close to doing it exactly like James Earl Jones? I got to say, I think I would rather have a recast if I really think about it. Like, as long as it can be somewhere close. Somebody said, Georgie Girl just said they did it with Kermit. She's absolutely right. Jim Henson stopped being the voice of Kermit, and somebody else took over and had it for a long time. I can't remember the guy's name, and then they got rid of him, and then somebody else did it. But all of them have been pretty dang close.
Yeah, Scott Lawrence, somebody else in the chat had brought him up, did it from 94 to 06. And then, but he's 61 years old. And then Matt Sloan took over after he left, but he's come back here and there.
What are you talking about? Who?
Scott Lawrence, who's done tons of Vader voicing for LucasArts from 1994 to 2006.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, when I heard what his voice in Fortnite, I mean, it was spot on. I mean, it was probably the best Vader voice I've ever heard in a video game.
Right.
So, I mean, if they gotta like get approvals or, make sure it's, restrict it somehow to make sure it's, they're kind of honoring the memory of James Earl Jones, whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with that. But as far as the AI voice for it goes, I thought it sounded great.
Yeah. That is the bigger issue here, Becky. How is AI going to affect professional voice actors? How is AI going to affect a lot of different jobs and industries?
It's definitely gonna change things for sure.
It is.
The thing is with AI, I mean, it'll only do what you tell it to, you know, but it can't act like a actual human being does, you know, and give certain emotional tones in their voice acting and that sort of stuff. I mean, you'd have to get real detailed with the AI and really tweak it and mess around with it. You know, AI voice acting is fine in some instances, but I just don't think it could ever beat an actual professional voice actor. But it probably will affect some of their jobs for sure. Especially the more AI.
I think that as they continue to perfect it, it's already crazy what they could do now.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be exactly like a human. One day it's going to be no different. You won't be able to tell. Sometimes you can't tell already. Yeah. And there are AIs that can invoke emotion, and not just sound like, you know. I think your Intel's a couple years outdated, Nick. They've got AI now where they speak with emotion, and like it sounds great.
I'm not saying that they don't have that, but I'm saying like for a large, huge game, you know, where there's just hours and hours and hours of dialogue, you know, you use Final Fantasy Remake Project for an example. I mean, those people spend weeks recording that stuff and going over it and re-recording lines, all that sort of stuff.
And the industry has to pay for that.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I definitely think it will have an effect for sure.
Well, I'm not just talking about voice acting. I'm saying across the board, AI culturally.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
impacting. There are people who are running complete YouTube channels through AI, and that's all they do is click a few buttons. And that is it. AI is doing it all.
Yeah.
Teachers, professors are using AI more and more and more and doing Students aren't working.
Yeah.
AI is doing the work for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's taking over.
More lazy.
Yep.
I have to say, I saw this comment here from Shrike, and I had to smile. It's like, please, no more Pedro Pascal. Let's not use AI.
My goodness! In his little monotone voice, emotionless voice, how easy would that be?
Man,
Very easy.
He is a fruitcake, man. Absolute fruitcake.
Yeah, he is. I agree. All right. Well, any final thoughts on this whole SAG-AFTRA? James Earl Jones, Darth Vader. It's cool that Star Wars is in a video game and kids are playing, but, you know.
They did put the guardrails up, by the way, so some of the more egregious things that he was saying, they were able to stop it, which just, again, says to me, if you could stop it after the fact, you could have stopped it beforehand. And so I still lean towards, with a low level of trust of the people who are using it, I think these things are going to continue to happen.
Yeah. I agree.
Andrew Wall, does the technology plateau at a certain point? No.
When the singularity appears and takes over the planet, that's when it plateaus.
Yeah. When the T-1000s start attacking and there's a nuclear strike, then that'll be the plateau.
Yeah, I mean, going all the way back to the wheel, man. Like all it does is move forward and improve. But man, how funny! Like, you remember that movie WALL-E?
Yeah, WALL-E.
Remember what mankind was like in that movie? Lazy, can't do anything.
Yeah.
Everybody's obese. Like, it's just they're relying on robots. You know, kind of like what we saw in the South Park movie, Nick. Where the one guy learned a trade on how to be a handyman, and everybody else in society couldn't fix anything. So he got every job and became like a multi-billionaire because people didn't know how to change a light bulb.
Yeah, that was the Kathleen Kennedy episode.
It was. You know, that is I don't know. It's crazy. So yeah, Nick isn't going to be like Wally Humans. He's treadmilling.
I knew this was coming.
That's right, Sundowners. Yeah. I refuse to be lazy. Gotta get those steps in, man.
Yeah. All right, let's hit a couple super chats real quick. Debbie Young with a 1999 big old super chat. Thank you, Debbie. We have Discount Tuesdays. She works at Cinemark, by the way. We have Discount Tuesdays and have had them for several years. Every movie is $6.75, no matter age or movie, and we have senior discount days on Wednesday for $7.75. All movies, all day long, no matter what, age 62 and up. You know, the article didn't say anything about Cinemark and the $6.75 Tuesdays. $6.75. That's got to be 50% off or more.
Well, AMC does $5 Tuesdays, I'm pretty sure. So everyone's got a Tuesday shtick, I think, already.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see that, Debbie. $5 at AMC.
But it's only for, non-releases and 2D showings and
yeah, it's limited release. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep that movie relevant somehow. Make their money. So, all right, well, interesting there.
Yeah, maybe we'll get another a third re-release for Snow White. And
Lord.
Everybody will show up and we can do more videos on Snow White.
The Rachel Zegler content we've been lacking.
Oh, yes.
We've been lacking.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
You zoomed right by it, Coach.
As always, there are 4 ways that you can support us here on the channel. Rachel Zegler content. Debbie Young, $9.99 super chat. I know you like the beginning of the movie Warfare for sure, Nick.
So
I've not seen it.
We actually got into the theater late.
Oh, you missed it.
I missed it. So Mike was like, "Look, the show is at 7."
You late for something? Never.
Well, I would have been on time, but Mike, and if he's still in the chat, he can verify this. He's like, the movie starts at 7, but there's like 20 minutes of ads and all this other stuff. So normally I don't even get there till like 7:20. I was like, yeah, that's fine. So we got there at 7:20, and I expected to walk in and still seeing commercials playing. And the movie was already going. I was like, crap, we missed the beginning of it.
All because of Mike.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh my.
I effed up on the start time. So, which Mike, hopefully you got that email. If not, we need to talk so we can get that figured out. Because the app that I have that I set Mike up on, I can actually pull the movie up and see the beginning of it.
So you've been told about the beginning of the movie?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting.
I was just waiting to see it. There goes Richmond.
Poof.
Yep. So it has not been spoiled for me, Debbie. I will see it, and I'll talk about it after I see it.
All right. Venger with a 10-pound super chat. And by the way, thank you very much, Debbie, for both of those super chats. Venger says, 10-pound super chat. You mentioned Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the tree that was in that movie. The Sycamore Gap tree was cut down by 2 idiots recently, and they're looking at prison time as it was a historical site. Good.
Wow. I had not heard that. Interesting.
Oh, my goodness. I can't stand people that just freaking idiots running around destroying stuff for no reason at all. We've got teenagers messing our baskets up on our local disc golf course. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I hope I catch one of them one day. I don't know what I'm going to do, but
you should put some like deer cameras out on some trees out there facing one of the baskets.
Yeah.
Catch them on camera.
There's like 2 baskets that are like totally bent over because they're like getting on top of them and like hanging on them and stuff.
Well, for anybody that knows anything about Auburn, this college coach went to, there was actually an Alabama fan who poisoned the trees in Auburn. That Auburn, all the fans there will always go roll the trees with toilet paper after a win. And there was an Alabama fan that actually poisoned the trees, and they had to like cut them down and plant new ones. And I think he got prison time.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyways, Venger, thank you for that. I had no idea. I hate that happened. But man, what a great movie. And I know exactly the tree that you're talking about. If you've seen that movie, of course that you do. So thank you, bro, for that very much. Let's see here. Up next. Oh, man. You guys are going to love this. We're going to do it with Nick. All right, Nick. Star Wars. Disney. Here we go. Are you ready?
I don't know.
I want you to rank from 1 to 5 the Star Wars movies that you believe was streamed the most in 2025 so far.
2025, the Disney Plus
Star Plus Star Wars library, any Star Wars movie release.
Just the movies, not the shows.
Just the movies. So which movies do you think was streamed the most, 1 through 5? Start with number 1.
So the most streamed one, I'd have to say, is probably Revenge of the Sith. Second, I'd probably say Empire. Third, Star Wars. Fourth, Return of the Jedi. Fifth, Rogue One.
Okay. So, chat, anybody want to jump in this? Andrew Wall says, I'll bet Revenge of the Sith wins. Empire for the win. Risman, before I reveal the list, were you surprised when you saw the list?
I was 100% surprised.
I was surprised too. Nick, if I was surprised, what do you think that means?
That The Last Jedi is number 1.
Do you think that would surprise me?
It would surprise me.
Okay. All right.
Well, in a way it wouldn't, because I'd probably be like, oh, well, only the sequel fans and the people that still freaking gush over Disney Star Wars
are still subscribed, right?
Still subscribed,
like
watching
me.
It. Yeah.
Two things. Well, one thing didn't surprise me. There's, spoiler alert, there is no sequel trilogy movie in the top 5. So
you spoiled it. Dang it. All right.
But number 1 surprised me.
Number 1.
Wow, The Phantom Menace, the worst out of the 6, in my opinion.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, I'm sure there's been a lot of people that's like the people who were here earlier saying that Fellowship of the Ring was a terrible movie. Darth Scipio and Junkman.
Oh, Mike, Mexican Iron Man said that he walked out.
Terrible. What a terrible idea.
I was like,
so they never got to see the 2 towers. Oh,
I don't know. I think Mike's probably seen the rest of them, but man, they are cinematic masterpieces, in my opinion.
But look, The Phantom Menace. It makes sense that The Phantom Menace is number 1 because it's episode 1. And what does the average viewer do? They go to the first movie.
Yeah, and it's probably number 1 because after that they watched that, they're like, screw the Star Wars crap, and didn't watch anymore.
Well, and with Revenge of the Sith coming out as popular as it was, how many families were like, you know what? Let's watch episode 1 and 2 before we go to the theater to watch Revenge of the Sith. So they start at 1. And I mean that just kind of makes sense to me. So if The Phantom Menace is number 1, Nick, what did you say number 2 was originally, and what would you think it is now?
So number 2, I said Empire.
Okay.
And if after seeing that being number 1, I'm going to say probably Revenge of the Sith is number 2.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith, number 2. Attack of the Clones, totally bypassed.
Yeah, because a lot of people hated that one worse than episode 1. I actually, for me, the order from best to least is backwards. You know, so Revenge of the Sith I thought was the best of the prequels. Attack of the Clones second, Phantom Menace 1.
I think, ironically, most days of the week you would say the same thing about the original trilogy.
Yeah, Empire, as I've gotten older, Empire and Jedi could swap places depending on the day and the mood I'm in, but
that's kind of surprising to me because
Jedi has typically always been my favorite of the original trilogy.
It has. Yep. All right. Well, you guessed it. Number 3 was Attack of the Clones. So for a lot of prequel trilogy fans, my bad. Sorry guys, that's a no. That's the worst one, and it's the 3rd most. Now, if that's 1, 2, and 3, what are they watching for 4 and 5, Nick?
4 and 5?
Yeah. There's a little irony here too, by the way.
I'm gonna probably say Rogue One and Star Wars.
Okay.
I mean, if they're watching starting at the beginning,
yeah,
the way the trend is going in the top three,
right?
I'm gonna say Rogue One and then the original Star Wars movie.
So the irony is that number 4 is Star Wars.
And
number 5 is The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh wow! So Rogue One's not even in the top 5.
Rogue One's not there. Jedi's not there.
Wow.
So that was. I was really surprised, honestly, that not one single sequel trilogy movie made the top 5. I shouldn't be surprised, but this is on Disney's streaming service.
Yeah.
What do you see when you open that app up? None of you know. I'm the only one that subscribes to it. It's here.
Yeah.
So you see
a mermaid
sequel.
A big giant Mako mermaid.
Oh my goodness! You know what?
Banner.
Never mind. Nah, I'm just gonna stop. What's next, guys? That was messed up.
I'm sorry, Coach.
Oh, I made that way too easy. I totally bypassed this, and I even had it on the thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
Guys, this is a little devastating to me. And unlike John Campea, who came out and said, like, it's a legitimate fact, this movie is not going to the theater, it's going straight to streaming services. We don't know what's happening with this Voltron film. They're making it. We're going to get it. But is it going to be direct to streaming platforms, or are you going to be able to go see it on the big screen? If they can't make this movie where they can justify putting it on the big screen, why are they even making this movie? That's awful. Do not revive a franchise like this if you can't even make it to the theater. That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't know how big of an audience there'll be for this in theaters, so I could maybe understand why they would have it go straight to streaming. But like when Prey came out, it went straight to streaming, and after watching it, I was like, dang, that should have been in the theater.
Right.
So, and I'm sure I'd probably feel the same way about Voltron if it goes straight to streaming.
Well, I don't know if I'd be sure about that. I hope I am.
Yeah.
I hope I would be disappointed if that, man, that movie should have gone straight. What was that last Zack Snyder movie that I couldn't even finish?
Rebel Moon.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like,
terrible.
This movie should be going straight to the movies, and then it comes out, I'm like, oh, good decision.
Yeah, exactly. So if this thing does go straight to streaming, I'm guessing that they probably don't have a whole lot of faith in the script and the work that's being done on it. So which is not a good sign for the movie.
Well, also, I think the issue is this is an Amazon MGM movie, right? And I think the inference here is because they announced their slate and they have a lot of other movies they're focusing on, that there's no more room for this theatrically if it's done, finished and ready relatively soon. They want to put it out somewhere.
Yeah.
So they haven't really officially said one way or the other. But I'm with y'all. If you're going to put a big cast into it, put it up on the screen somewhere for a little while.
Yeah.
It's just, this is, it hurts me, man, when things that I love, from my childhood, where they mess it up. If you can't revive something that was once great and it still be great, then don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the whole thing. You don't know till you try. I mean, I get that. But man, we've seen so many of these IPs get destroyed. Like look what they did with Willow. Look what they did with The Dark Crystal. I couldn't watch that show.
Yeah.
So many things.
I tried watching Dark Crystal 2, and I was like, oh, man.
I was so hyped for that show.
Yeah, same.
And no, it didn't work at all.
No.
So, and Voltron would be in my top 5 cartoons of all time. Like it's in the top 5 for me. Easy.
It was. I thought it was okay as a kid, but it definitely was not. I wasn't a huge fan growing up.
I was.
I did like it.
I had the full size diecast toy. I had the miniature toy.
I had a lot of friends that had them. I was more into Transformers, GI Joe, and He-Man, and Thundercats.
Thundercats, yeah.
Yeah.
We're quickly turning into a different show here. I was into those too, but Voltron would take the place of He-Man.
Yeah,
I like He-Man. I like He-Man fine, but Voltron's way ahead of He-Man for me.
Juan banned Voltron and Robotech. Do you remember the dude trying to sell us the Robotech models, Coach?
I do.
At the yard sale.
At the yard sale. Yeah. And we were like, nah, we were looking for Star Wars. Yeah. Remember that? How many of you used to go to garage sales, yard sales, looking for Star Wars toys? Me and Nick used to do that.
We did.
We did. You know what? It's a sad realization, man. Like, there's fewer and fewer old toys out there to go find now.
Yeah, to go find out in the wild.
It's really getting hard.
Same with video games. And now VHS tapes are now becoming a thing. I'm like, wow.
Crazy.
So seeing Sundowners here makes me think of this. This is something that I've been wrestling with. Eventually, I'm going to make a video where I show what's in my cases and talk about what's in my cases to highlight my journey as I continue to try to rebuild my complete collections. I only need like 10 original Star Wars figures. I only need maybe less than that G.I. Joes. I got a long way to go with Transformers.
And it's so hard too.
There's a few Thundercats that I would still like to have. I don't have to have everything ever. I do with Star Wars.
You got the Thunder Tank, don't you? Or did you sell that?
Sold.
I knew you had it in your case at one point in time.
I did.
Yeah.
With the original treads unbroken, which is extremely hard to find.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rare.
I really don't regret any of my decisions. I'm having fun, and here it is. Summer's about to start. I'm about to have a little bit more free time, and I'm going to get to go do some hunting. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Do you think it would be worth making a video to kind of highlight that journey and talk about, here are the things that I don't have. This is what I'm looking for. Heck, maybe somebody out there that watches it finds one for me and be like, hey, go there to get it, Coach. That's a great price. Here's the thing too. I don't just want the figure or the toy to go into my collection. That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it at a great deal, and it has to be almost mint for me to get. If it's in bad condition, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like I need Storm Shadow. I don't have the original Storm Shadow in my GI. A friend of mine came over here yesterday to see the collection and to check out the office. And as he is looking at the G.I. Joe figures, I've got almost every figure 1982 through 87. He looks at me and goes, where's Storm Shadow? And I go, I haven't found him white enough yet, man. Like every time I see a Storm Shadow, he's turning yellow because of the oil on your fingers as a child, and the plastic yellows over time, especially on white pieces. So I've got to find one that's white, that's in great shape. It's hard to find, man. And if you do find it, it's $150.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about it in the package. Storm Shadow was the first G.I. Joe toy my mom ever bought me. She said, pick whichever one you want. I went to Storm Shadow. It was him or Snake Eyes for me. We loved ninjas in 1984.
Yeah. Yeah. Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden, people say it different. you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, yeah, we loved all that stuff. What was it? What was that movie? American Ninja. You remember that?
I do.
Yeah, martial arts, ninja stuff. Yeah, I mean that was all cool stuff when we were growing up.
Sundowners, don't you send me Storm Shadow, man. That is not why I'm doing this. Like, and I know you would, bro. And I appreciate you. Love you, man. Don't you send me Storm Shadow, dude. Oh my goodness. You did just make the hair on my whole body stand up though when I read that. But that's awesome. Thank you for being willing to do that. Yeah, I've got to make a list.
What if he's like, I got 5 of them, Coach?
Well, then send it on.
Yeah, send it.
I like the I could just go off the top of my head like Storm Shadow and some of them,
Hell yeah, I need it. Sundowner.
Oh no.
No, don't send it to him. Don't send it to him. Oh, you've already given me so much, man. Like the baddest poster ever made.
I got a Y-wing.
Yep.
On display and
Sundowners is always giving stuff away to people.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But like part of the fun, like when let me say it like this, Nick, you're recollecting your vintage Star Wars toy collection, okay? Just the figures.
Yeah.
What's going to keep you more interested in it? You need a mint Luke Stormtrooper to finish your collection, or you need a mint Clay 2?
What would be more interesting for me to like hunt and try to find and get?
Yeah.
The Luke Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Sure.
You want something that's going to you're going to get super excited about the Luke Stormtrooper. You could get a mint Clay 2 any day.
Yeah. Easy.
They're everywhere.
Icon, they probably had 1,000 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they probably only had like maybe 20 Luke Stormtroopers.
Oh, Mars Monkey Max, bro, you're so right. Does anybody remember? Rissman, do you remember the weapon Storm Shadow came with?
I do not.
He came with 2 katanas.
I remember he came with 2
nunchucks and a freaking bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, I do remember the bow and arrow. I don't remember the nunchucks though.
And his backpack held the swords and
that I remember.
And you know what? That's the bad thing about G.I. Joe toys when I was a kid. I lost them weapons because.
Oh, man. You know what was the only weapon or one of the only weapons I still had as a kid for my Star Wars figures? You remember which one it was, Coach?
Hang on. What now?
Which weapon I still had from my childhood for Star Wars figures?
A Man staff that I need in my collection now.
Yep, a Man.
I have 2 Men and no staff.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's because the staff was so big. I mean, you couldn't lose it. You know.
But that staff is badass too.
Yeah, it is. And
with the skull on it and stuff.
Yeah, I remember in middle school I tried trading Coach a Man for like some other figures. He was like, "Man, I don't want that thing."
This is before we knew the value.
The value, yeah.
We didn't know the value. To us, they were just the characters that we saw in the movies. And I'm like, I don't want no freaking a Man. Look at him. He looks stupid. He looks like a Muppet.
Yeah, and Jabba's palace.
Yeah, like a dumb character.
No lines.
But when I saw that he was worth $125 in 1994, I wanted to trade Nick then.
Yeah, and I was like, nope.
Oh my goodness. Sundowners gave Donna the Monopoly game. So look, that's my point. There's some iconic figures that I still need. Yeah. I'm having the most fun with that with Transformers, by the way. But like let's just go Star Wars real quick. I'm sorry, I'm going to stay on G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, figures I still need. 3 of my all-time favorites are still needed. Actually, 4. I need...
G.I. Joe?
Yep. I need the Stormtrooper. Storm Shadow, my bad. Yeah. Storm Shadow. I need actually both original, the version 1 and the version 2 Snake Eyes. Even though I like the version 2 way more, most people do. Yeah. That's the one you saw in the cartoon.
Yeah, didn't I get I got a Snake Eyes at that con we went to in Huntsville, didn't I?
I don't think you did.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I also need maybe my favorite is the Crimson Guard.
Yeah, I did get that one.
I know it was kind of burnt me up too.
Yeah, I did get that one.
He's one of my favorites, maybe my favorite figure.
Yeah.
The Cobra is so much like the Empire. You know? Now, sorry, Risman, Decepticons aren't as cool as Autobots.
I know.
I disagree. Decepticons were always my favorite, just like in Star Wars, the Empire stuff.
I'm talking about the toys, though.
No, the toys, I like the Decepticon ones more than the Autobots. Soundwave, Devastator.
Soundwave was cool.
Megatron, Starscream.
Megatron is not a cool toy.
Well, not when he's in robot form.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Well, I think you just named them all, Nick.
But the cars,
yeah, those are the four best ones out of the whole. In my opinion. I mean, I liked a lot of the other ones, you know, Optimus and some of the other Jazz and all that, but those
cars, the 84 season 1 cars, Jazz, Sideswipe, the Dinobots. The Autobots kill the Decepticons, man.
The Dinobots were my favorite from the Autobot line.
Agree.
You know the one Decepticon that is underrated in terms of toy, and most of us did not grow up with it?
Skyfire?
He's an Autobot, and his name's Jetfire. In the toys.
Jetfire, yeah. The train?
No.
What was the train?
Astro Train.
Yeah, Astro Train.
He's not. No. You ready?
I don't know.
And you saw him all through season 1. Reflector.
Oh, Reflector. Yeah.
I completely forgot about Reflector.
Do you remember what Reflector turned into, Nick?
I do not.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
No, I do not.
The camera, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
So every time you saw a generic Decepticon, it was Reflector.
Yeah,
and there was 3 of them. You know?
Yeah.
That was a great toy. And you could only get it through mail away. You had to send in those proof of purchases to be able to get
Reflector.
him. I never had him. Remember, I almost bought him at Icon last year.
You got to look at the room sales, Coach.
That's where he was at.
Yeah, I actually just watched Star Wars Theories video on Icon, and they were talking about the room sales.
What did he say?
They were saying how awesome the con was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And he said he's definitely going to come back.
So that's a
year.
Reissue. I don't do reissues.
Yeah, yeah, but I was just wanting to show everybody like what it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are 3 Transformers that combined to make the camera.
Yeah.
And click that bottom. Yeah, the next picture. Oh yeah. Oh, the one up. Yeah, go up one. Yeah, that's them. Great toy right there.
Yeah.
So,
I completely forgot about him, but I never saw him in the store. I never mailed off proofs of purchases.
Sodak Chopper's right. I also need the original USA Sergeant Slaughter. And I believe the USA one. No. I'm getting them. One of them came with the Triple T tank, and I think it was the plain shirt, or maybe I don't remember. There's 2 different versions of Sergeant Slaughter. They're both great. Well, actually, there's way more than that, but the 2 original versions is what I'm talking about. Before somebody like Jumpman jumps on here to correct me, which doesn't know anything about G.I. Joe, so it won't be Jumpman.
He's long gone.
He's long gone.
As soon as we started talking about Harry Potter, he was like,
"Oh, I'm out of here. John Kokoza, what is up, brother? Coach Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is being re-released in theaters for limited run June.
I just saw that today.
It's a Fathom event, and they're doing it for Father's Day.
Yeah, I just saw that today.
That could be nice. So I used to go to the theater every summer, one Sunday afternoon. My great aunt and cousin would visit here from Oregon. And
wow, you had family in Oregon?
I did. My grandmother, me, my cousin Patrick, Nick, and
Yeah, I remember Patrick.
And my great aunt and my cousin from Oregon, we would go watch a movie every summer growing up. In '89, we saw Last Crusade. You know, and it was great. Seeing that movie in 1989 as a 9 or 10-year-old kid, that was awesome. So yes, sir, that's definitely worth checking out. As far as Star Wars figures go, Nick, listen to the ones that I still have to go get. Are you ready?
How many is it?
I probably need I would say probably 12 if I had to guess.
Oh wow, okay.
But
I'm guessing the final 17 are a lot of them.
Yeah, they are. I don't have an Imperial Gunner. I don't have Luke figures. Stormtrooper's helmet or blaster.
Yeah, and he came with the black. He was the only one that came with the black Stormtrooper blaster.
In the Star Wars line, yes.
Yeah.
But you could get it on an Ewoks figure.
Black.
A black Imperial blaster. Yeah.
Oh, on Ewoks from. Oh,
the cartoon.
Did who was it? Boba Fett that had?
His name was it was George Doucette or
that one. Yeah. Isn't he really valuable in the package?
No.
Okay.
I need an A-wing pilot's blaster,
which is the same as Leia's poncho blaster, right?
Different color. Hers is blue, his is gray.
Who else had a gray one?
Oh shit, dude! Let me finish my list before you throw me all these quizzes. I can't remember all that. I need some of the Ewoks. I don't have Chief Chirpa.
Wow. What? That one is easy.
I know. I don't have him.
And it's cheap.
I don't have Ramba.
That one's a little bit harder.
Yeah. I don't have Warrock or Lumat.
Yeah, they're both.
Mm-hmm. They're expensive.
And expensive.
They're expensive. Very expensive.
Yep.
So, and I don't have Han Carbonite's Carbonite block. So I'm sitting here realizing how much further I have to go. I've got a lot. And the thing is too, is I've got doubles of so much of it and triples and quadruples of some of it. I just need to sell the extras and use that money to go.
Yeah,
but the thing is, I'm not paying full price. It has to be a deal and it has to be in really good condition.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it hard. But that's also what makes it enjoyable. What is up, Andy?
What's up, Andy?
The hunt is part of the...
It's part of the experience.
The fun.
Yeah.
Mars Monkey said, I had Reflector, Ravage, or any of the cassettes.
Heck but yeah, favorite.
Nerd Coach. If you're a Joe fan, it looks like they're talking in codes. If you're not a Joe fan, it looks like they're talking in codes. Room sales were awesome as usual. What did you get?
Yeah, I figured that would be.
So I have somebody sent me a picture. I think it was Junkman. I don't remember. Somebody was at the con and they sent me a picture of 1984 yellow Bumblebee mint on card. For those of you who aren't aware, that means unopened.
Yeah.
In the original package, unopened. They wanted like $2,000 for it.
Oof.
And I'm like, I might pay $400. I ain't paying $2,000 for Bumblebee. You know how much he cost me in the package? $3. You know, I can't do it. Coach, that R2 with green lightsaber, if it's high quality, is hard to find. Got him. got him in high quality. So happy about that. No, I have the Hun. I don't have the carbonite block, but I will. I will have it. Lauren Thomas says Nick is so hot.
Thank you.
Oh, Mattuine. Oh, and it wasn't 2K. It was 4K.
Oof.
Yeah, I could not remember who sent me. I got so many messages from you cats at Icon. That's crazy. Must have been something about the card it was on. Yeah, I don't know anything about a card variant, and I would probably know. It was probably graded, and they look. A lot of the stuff, you guys already know this. When you go to a convention, those sellers are there, and they jack the prices up. I can guarantee you most things are 15% higher than or more. But they'll also negotiate with you. You could haggle with them sometimes. Graber spent 4K on a dancer in Nashville named Bumblebee.
So
she wasn't mint on card though.
So bad. It's so bad.
So Andy Masterson just sent me this. This is freaking hilarious.
It's Alf.
Yeah, do you know who he's hitting with the lightning? That's Mexican Iron Man.
I thought it was Mike.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Good stuff. Andy's such a talented guy.
Adam says, I was a big fan of Voltron as a kid before Power Rangers took off. Seeing the Megazord for the first time was amazing to me. It kind of looked like a live-action version of Voltron.
F the Power Rangers. I hated the Power Rangers.
I get what he's saying, though.
Oh, no, yeah. I totally get what he's saying.
You hated the Power Rangers because of our age at the time.
Yeah, it came after my time. If I was a kid at the time, I probably
loved it.
I would have.
You'd have loved it.
Yeah,
your brother loved it.
Yeah, my brother did watch it all the time.
But me and you hated on it. We were like, it's fake Transformers.
Yeah, the practical effects look like crap.
Oh, they're Japanese men running around in costumes.
Yeah. And I was just like, this is the cheesiest thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, they got a big fan base. You know, a lot of kids grew up on Power Rangers and love it. They did do that. Transformers toys, guys, I got such a long way to go. It's not even funny. And I'm about to have to start selling stuff because I just got word on my car today. It needs some more work done.
Oh no!
So I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to start going through this house and pulling stuff out and selling things. I mean, there's some stuff I'm not ever gonna sell unless I'm like homeless. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start getting rid of stuff. I'm not getting rid of anything back there unless it's a duplicate. Yeah. Everything else stays. Yeah. I don't know, man. I love when. Do you know when that next toy convention in Huntsville is going to be? Because they're doing it again. The one that we missed, or the one that the one that we went to. They do it annually, and I want to say it's August or September. Yeah, your buddy would know. Well, yeah, he runs it. Yeah, that runs it. Yeah. Message him. Yeah, and we still never went to that guy's shop here in Homewood. In Birmingham. No, we need to do that. He had some good stuff. Yeah, and you're actually going to the beach in June, right? Yes. Yeah, so you'll be driving right through Birmingham. You should tell Rachel and the kids, like, you guys go shopping. Me and Nick is not going to work. Me and Nick are going to this toy store over in Homewood. Let me see. I'm trying to get a date. I'm looking at the wrong one right now. Toy Expo. Here we go.
It's the Rocket City Toy and Comic Expo, September 13th and 14th. Yeah. Nick, do you realize what that is?
Yep.
Do you realize what that is?
September 13th and 14th.
Yeah.
The start of college football season?
No. More important than that. Way more.
Auburn's first SEC game of the year.
I'm so ashamed. And hurt. I'm hurt.
Oh, your birthday.
A week before my birthday.
Yeah, week before, yeah.
I am going to go buy me a freaking present.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get away with it then and not get in trouble.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'll be using my side money.
Yeah.
The first time you stole for the video store.
Man. Sodak remembers that story.
Oh my goodness. Tony letting us know that the Avengers movie got delayed. December.
Yeah, so I just heard about that right
got bumped back 7 months, bro.
And I wonder why, because rumors had it there was no script. There was like parts of a script. And now it's delayed 7 months. So
oh man.
Yeah, not surprising. Reshoots. They haven't even
They need shoots first.
Yeah, they need shoots first.
That's messed up, Jim.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Jim is spot on. But not 100%. I just Coach can attest to this. I don't pick the best.
You've pretty much been married. You were married without the wedding, without the state recognition.
Yeah, without the state recognition and paperwork and ring and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't pick the best.
You companions. You do not. If there's any good ladies out there, but if you got even 1 degree of psychosis in you, leave him alone.
Yeah, I think I might be onto one. We'll see what happens.
I don't believe it because you've not said a word to me about it. You don't tell me anything. Like, you're like,
because I always wait. I always wait to figure it out situations. I'll talk to you.
You used to tell me stuff, but now you'd like, we'll go a whole week and I'll never hear from you. Then you come to the show and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hadn't talked to you in a week since last show.
Well, every single time I talk to you, it's like you got disc golf stuff with the kids. Rachel's got to talk.
Shut up,
stuff
Richmond.
with work.
Don't you?
He's very busy. He's very busy.
Yeah.
This is true. I have been a disc golfing maniac lately. And I'm actually killing right now too.
Yeah,
like
excellent.
I'm playing well. So, but my body is falling apart. My back is hurting right now. Oh man. Nick is dating the Alabama Rachel Zegler.
No. Absolutely not.
All right, I'm going to say something publicly here for the first time so everybody can make fun of me and shame me. I think there's something wrong with me.
I would agree with that.
Out of nowhere, I don't know why, I can't explain why this happened. I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Oh no. Then don't say it.
God.
No, I'm saying it. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I had a desire to watch The Cosby Show.
Whoa.
What?
Why? Where did that come from?
Wow.
I hadn't watched that show since I was 12.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I actually watched a reaction video to somebody reacting to the very first episode of Cheers.
Okay.
Last night. But I mean, I'm not interested in going back and watching the show. But I mean, I watched Cosby all the time.
Cosby Show was a good, funny, wholesome show.
Yeah.
I'm also watching Breaking Bad with my daughter,
which is not such a family-friendly, wholesome show, but it is awesome.
So, chat, Nick and I are going to do a video in the near future. We keep saying we're going to do a video.
Yeah.
Don't.
Define near, Coach. What is near?
I was set up, ready to go.
Are you sure you want to do this? Because I'm going to come right back at you.
Yeah.
Come on. If you want to do this, go ahead.
No, I was set up, ready to go today. And let me finish. Yesterday, I was like, I'm ready to go. Just call me when you're ready. Didn't hear from him. But at the same time, last Saturday, I was
2 Saturdays in a row. You were like, I'll call you when I wake up, and I don't hear from your ass until Thursday live stream time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like literally when I'm on like vacay, semi-vacay, and I'm like trying to get my mind off of all the crap going on in my life. I just like, I literally go do stuff to forget stuff. I try to stay busy, and
we really appreciate all the support. Like we got 207 people watching right now.
A lot of people here tonight.
And we really appreciate that.
Yep.
We've maintained the live stream, and that's not going away. We really have pulled back on the pre-made videos. I don't know how many of y'all even care about the pre-made videos either. Anyways, the community being here on the live stream is what is the bread and butter, if you will. You know what I mean? Like that. That's the best part about the channel is the community being here. But Nick and I are coming up with a way right now to where we can make making videos fun again. Instead, we don't want it to feel like work, even though it is. Yeah.
And at the same time, videos that will actually have watchability for years and years and years.
So here's one. Risman. We came up. Look, I don't normally do this. Nick might disagree with this. I came up with this idea. I said, let's do a video where me and you have a debate about which show is better, Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad. Because we can debate that. That's a good one. And I could also argue those are the best 2 shows ever. And Nick was telling me that years ago before I even watched them. And I can't think of a show.
Some people would put Sopranos up there as one of the best.
Sure. So that would be a good follow-up video. I did a video by myself years ago where it was about George Lucas and his falling out with Frank Herbert and the history between them. That video still gets views.
And I actually just found a video that we are actually going to be covering when we make a video. And I'll give everybody a sneak peek.
Oh, Lord, we're going to get banned. Barry Diller blasts George Lucas as a sanctimonious hypocrite.
This was today.
Who's Barry Diller?
I think he's one of the studio heads or one of the show. I can't remember. I think he's a multi-millionaire, billionaire. I don't want to see Solo Stove. But he recalls a bitter dispute with Lucas over his deal for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I was enraged. Interesting story. So yeah, we'll probably definitely do a video on that.
Thank you, Green Lantern. He says this is the first and only channel that I'm a member of. Love the live streams. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Well, we need all of you guys to be here for EBN Cast tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central Time.
Absolutely.
Already got my topic picked out tomorrow, which I said at the very top of the show today.
Yeah.
So yeah, our 1 hour weekly news roundup show.
Bi-weekly.
We try to do it every week. But we actually do it when everybody can do it. So
once monthly.
Yeah. Me, culture.
You start talking about EBN Cast and me and Risman are like,
yeah.
That mug gonna get canceled.
Yeah. No, it's on tomorrow. Tomorrow. And I canceled it last week because I was supposed to be traveling to
There's
Icon
always a reason,
week.
son. There's always.
Yeah. I mean, hell, sometimes we cancel our Thursday night show.
It's true. Rare though. It's very rare.
Yeah, because there's two of us. It's only me, EBN Cast.
This is true.
Yeah.
But you're usually not the one canceling. If your co-host can't join, you're like, it's supposed to be a round table discussion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I get that.
Like if Derek, like if you ever cancel and Derek and Rissman can be here, it would be way more easier for me to do it. The only reason I don't do it if you're not here is because if I get a work call and I'm tied up, I don't want to just leave Rissman here just chilling by himself to run.
Nobody wants that, Nick. Nobody does.
Yeah, so
Rissman, can you add the error 404 image to our overlays in StreamYard, please?
I can't do it at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I might be able to actually.
Nah, don't worry about it. We'll just do it when it's convenient. Do it when it's convenient. Mm-hmm. But we need that image because that's just a great one. Debbie Young, $4.99 super chat. You are family. We love you. Love Mama Bear. We love you too, Mama Bear. Thank you so much. And Debbie Young, also, you are family and we love you. She sent us a sweet super chat twice. Thank you.
Yeah, one for
and then
me,
Sodak Choppa, Howard the Duck greater than Temple of Doom. You need to get out of here with that sacrilege.
Sodak, I like Howard the Duck, but
it's awful.
I like it still.
Howard the Duck aged worse than about anything.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a good movie or it holds up today. I still like it for only nostalgia reasons. But Temple Doom is far superior than Howard the Duck, in my opinion.
Temple of Doom.
Oh, hang on one second. I'll be right back.
Coach, it's the very last overlay.
No way.
It ended up being very easy because I'm on my iPad and it was in my... Much easier than I thought it would be.
Check this out, chat. This is what we got to hit Nick with. Error 404, Nick not found. Because we don't usually know if he's going to show up to this stream. And then he says he's doing the Nick cast or the EBN cast. The Nick cast. Oh, we've said that so many times. It just came off so naturally. Yep. So error 404, Nick not found. I love that. That was such a funny message.
Was that Mattuine that did that?
That's Mattuine, yeah.
Was that from Icon last year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was
so
dang, man.
Good, dude.
Hey,
that's you. That's been you since I've known you.
Yeah, I can just tell from that picture I've lost weight in my face.
In your face, it shows. It does show a lot, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was a little badass. I still am, but I'm working on it.
That picture of Nick's on your wiki is a
yeah. So I just saw this in chat. So when I got back from Mike's, this was in the mail from Debbie.
Oh yeah.
The episode
what you got?
3 Darth Vader.
Oh yeah. The Vader sipper.
Yeah.
Debbie sent that to me as well. It's an awesome gift.
Yep, super cool. It was waiting on me when I got here. Thank you so much.
It is on top of my display case right up here.
Yep, mine is still in the package. My whole house is torn apart, so I'm not taking it out because they're going to be doing construction and all kinds of stuff.
Air 404 chubby Nick not found.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you guys see me at Icon next year, I mean, you guys will see me on stream, but not like full body.
I mean, I wasn't
next
as big
probably
as
just
you.
in a few months, the next Icon, right?
I wasn't as big as you, but a lot of people were like, man, you look great. Last time they saw me. And I'm like 15, 20 pounds less than that now.
Yeah.
And I still maintain my muscle.
Yeah.
So I'm still going. I'm 180s is next.
Yeah, 180 is my goal. But when I get
180 or 180s?
180.
Wow.
I want to get to 180, but then I want to. Dude. And the thing is, I don't know if I'll actually ever get there. But I want to try to get to 180, and then I want to try to get to. I want to try to get to 220, but at 12% body fat.
Ooh, good luck with that.
Yeah. So Mr. H from Mr. H Reviews Nate, he's helping me, and then another guy, another nutritionist guy, another YouTuber, this guy Cole Robinson. So And that's why I got my little walking treadmill, which I was walking on it for so long, it just turned itself off.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, look, we've been going an hour and 40 minutes. Still got 213 people here. We're going to go ahead and wind it down. Thank you to Moff Rissman for being here with us, and Nick. This has been a good one. Thank you to the chat and everybody. EBN cast tomorrow, so tune in for that at 2:00 Central Standard Time. Tomorrow is my last day of work. Yay. And then I get summer. So I'll have 8 or 9 weeks to do whatever we do. And so we will be working on plenty of War Eagle. Plenty of content, live streams. We will bring back some of those Saturday night live streams. We will do that. I guarantee.
Yeah, during the summer. Yeah. And also I want to remind everybody, it is Thursday night. Don't forget to go to Matt Cave.
I thought he finished the game. I thought it was over.
I just had to kill you on that one.
DLC time tonight. He is live right now.
Lord help.
So and you're here? He's live and you're here?
That's why he's trying to get you to wrap it up, Coach.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Look, he finally decided to play another game the other night. And you were in chat giving him hell about it. Like, this is cool, but it would be cooler if you...
No, what I said was you need to do more than one Final Fantasy stream. Which when he starts Rebirth, he's going to have to like play that offline, because if he just tries to stream that whole game, he'll be playing that game for 2 years.
Yeah, I gotcha. I need to find a game for this summer. Grand Theft Auto 5 online is not doing it for me.
I'm telling you, dude, if you played Final Fantasy 7 Remake, you'd be like, this is awesome.
I did play it, and I never said that.
Yeah, well, you didn't ever finish it and get into the story. You just played like the first chapter.
Ugh. It was 0 out of 10 for me by default.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Any last words, guys?
Go raid Matt Cave Gaming after the stream and tell him EBN sent you. And EBN cast tomorrow, 2:00 Central Time.
No,
everybody
tell him Nick sent you. Coach said don't go.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, Rissman.
I know Dan Grissom hit the one last thing that we didn't cover yet. Just a belated happy birthday to Empire Strikes Back, which was
happy
yesterday.
Birthday, 45.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to seeing what happens on the 50th anniversary of Star Wars.
I hope we're not underwhelmed, but I'm expecting we will be.
Yeah, probably not wrong. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us. Thank you. We love you. Y'all are the best. We will see you next week and on our content that we'll be getting out eventually.
Bye, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Hello to my man, Glenn Schroeder. That's right, Jim. That's right. You got it figured out. Appreciate you, Jim. You see that, Nick? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just now saw it.
Oh, yeah. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. I forgot about that. Be safe. Remember what it's all about for those here in the U.S.
Absolutely. Sodak Chopper. Love you, brother. Have a good one. Later, Venture. Go to bed. Where community happens. Snowspeeder emoji. I'm clicking end stream.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody go raid